Hey everybody,
I'm Sam.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Will, and we are
Working Title!
Midoriya.
Shoto!
Oh yeah! Woo!
Shigaraki shaking. I don't want to be spoiled. Oh shit, I saw it.
Oh wow.
Oh, I saw the title!
Wow, okay.
That's lit!
All
Me
right.
too, okay.
That's so sick!
Guys, we are back with another episode of My Hero Academia. This is Season 5, Episode 19, My Villain Academy. Last on, what happened, gentlemen?
Got a very powerful episode with President Mike and Aizawa. Awesome character development from those two. And we learned that Warpgate, I forget his actual name, Kurogiri, thank you, is actually a Nomu.
Which it's their buddy.
It's their friend from school. That's very depressing.
And Shigaraki's getting some Nomu experiments on himself, so we're getting a power-up.
Yeah.
It's about time. Guys, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below how hyped you are for My Villain Academia. Did you like this episode? Did you not? What are you excited for this upcoming series? If you want to see episodes 1 week in advance for Vinland and Fullmetal Alchemist, you can go over to Patreon and check that out. We also have Your Name Uncut that will be coming out this month, as well as A Silent Voice. So if you see those, make sure you check it out and be a part of the September tier.
And it's not a market substitute, y'all. You gotta go on whatever anime streaming service you prefer. Watch My Hero over there first, and then come back to YouTube and watch your boys' reaction, alright? We're gonna go plus ultra. Bah! Nailed it that time.
For once, we did it. Oh, dude, I'm finally at a place where I'm excited about the show.
You said that the past 3 episodes.
I know, because it's so...
Robotnik. Oh, God.
Shigaraki. We'll have to advance to the next stage. He left formidable power behind for us. You only have to say the word, and I will retrieve that power for you.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
A certain day in October.
Gigantomatsu.
10-2.
Whatever that dude's name is.
I think that's right.
Finally get to see him.
Wait, does he take his power?
So long. Now I found you at last. So are you really the leader who will succeed all for one?
Everything we're here. Whoa! Look at that! My Villain Academia, baby!
Turn it up, turn it up, turn it up.
Why would you do this all for one? I can't believe it! Show me my master! He's too weak to deserve this!
Yeah?
You seem to have run into some trouble, Shigaraki.
Doctor,
I trust you've been well.
ask me again in a minute.
What?
Maybe game over then.
I take it you've met Gigantomakia. He's All-For-One's biggest fan. This giant
He's the biggest fan.
is his bodyguard. He's got incredible stamina and resilience, and with that body he can handle multiple quirks without having to undergo any modification. A few years.
Call me crazy, but this doesn't seem like a very nice gift. Or is it just me?
You've got quite a discerning eye.
Look at how far his fire goes. Oh my gosh.
Damn, he's fast.
He's a freaking titan.
So you say we gotta make this big baby like us?
Oh my gosh.
Finally, we see him use his quirk, dude.
Makia.
Ooh, code word? What the hell?
He loves the speaker.
What
I'm pretty
the
sure.
hell?
Yeah. His
That's
master.
a recording of All-For-One's voice. I knew it would calm the big guy down.
What?
Makia.
He's more trouble than he's worth.
All this time with Kurogiri's made you simple. Smarten up, boy.
No, Doctor, there's no need to be harsh.
Let me try something else. 1 second.
Really, Gene? Gross. How immature can you...
Oh!
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 Is that the All For One's quirk?
Yeah.
For one used to Camino.
Oh, it's a trans.
Is that his quirk? The
no,
doctor's?
it's a teleportation.
Whoa.
Remember that's how they transported out of there.
No, I know that.
We've never met the doctor. That's crazy. I forgot about him.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
They don't look like ones I've seen before.
Darby, I'm impressed you can tell the difference. I knew you had a keen pair of eyes. These little ones are different. Nothing like mid or low-level Nomu. These are high-end, my finest work, super Nomu. Dare I call them masterpieces?
Super no
Good
move.
timing. I've been looking for you.
I notice you've let your hair grow out. It suits you. Your father and the others, are they doing well?
Sure.
His
I
father?
prefer
And
my
others?
others remain a secret, which is why I summoned you all here by transmission. Up until now, you've been getting by on my scraps, my leftovers. It's not that I dislike you. I just have to be cautious.
Yeah.
I need to make quite sure that you're worthy of receiving.
He hasn't
the
even
fruits
given
of
the
my
good
labor.
Nomus yet.
Because so far I'm unimpressed. A 20-year-old reject hanging around with the dregs of society? What can you show me to change my mind,
Damn.
Tomura Shigaraki? Stop it, Tenko!
Honestly, I don't remember much about my life before I met you and Master. When I put these on my body, there's an uncontrollable rage that spills over. Ever since that day, I've been thinking about what happened.
Please.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Finally.
No one came.
Yeah.
Not a single soul stopped to help you, did they? That must be
Music.
Tenko Shimura. I know you're afraid and in intense pain. You ran and ran, looking for someone to help. No child should have to endure
Got hair.
Ew.
People
Him.
thought a hero would come.
All for one.
He's always had hair.
I know.
Help him as they passed
What the hell are you
by,
talking about?
pretending not to see you. Who turned the world so upside down that a child must suffer as you have. But not anymore. For I am here.
That's
No
creepy.
memory of my life before my Master helped me that day.
I apologize for the cramped quarters, but as of today, this is your room, and from now on, I will be your master.
He's a cute kid.
Master,
Do you think he killed his
what are
family
you going to
by
teach me
accident?
about?
Maybe.
With his hands?
Yes.
He has
Yeah.
gloves on?
This is all that remains of your family.
Oh.
A rare variant quirk manifested in you, a mutation no one's seen before, and you
What?
murdered your loved ones simply by putting your hands on them.
Oh.
Okay, hey! Father!
Yeah.
Father!
Remember that?
That
Oh my god, he killed them all. He killed the whole family.
I'm not following though. Did he absorb them?
Modify?
No, he
decayed them.
he did his
Even if your
decaying
mind is
thing.
forgotten, your body remembers, and the feelings remain locked in your heart.
Oh, he's gonna
You
puke
ask
on his
what I
face.
will teach you. As your master,
Oh.
I will help you give purpose to that frustration.
When I put them on, it's so strange. Though it still makes me feel sick to my stomach. Wearing them washes calmness over me.
This is
Don't
fucked.
you think that's bizarre?
That is very.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
mind's empty beyond those flashes and fragments, and yet there's a heaviness in my heart, like a lump of lead. Even if we bring down Hero Society, even if I rule the ruins from the shadows, that lead will be with me all my life. That's why I despise all in existence.
Damn.
All that lives and breathes.
Damn.
Presses on the weight of my soul. So then, why shouldn't I destroy it? So why not lend me a hand? I'll show you the halls of heaven and the depths of hell.
Oh my god.
You sound like a kid playing a bad guy. I'm amazed you got through it with a straight face. Why not? I'll help you achieve your vision, but
Why
only if you
not?
back up that speech with action.
Do you even want to destroy everything I love?
There's always room for my
Cool.
comrades' wishes. Live how you want to.
All right!
You passed the test with flying colors. You're appalling.
Hold on.
Paulie.
Testing me?
I planned to work with you from the start, but I had to see some growth. I can't bestow these powers to just anyone, you know.
That's a good point.
That said,
Gotta be
I
worthy
still
of
can't
it.
have them over yet. You're all far too weak. But there is something you could do to prove to me that
Oh.
you're ready.
Like, what if he gives each of them upgrades?
That would be crazy.
Though, unlike me, he hasn't accepted you as his own. Do you catch my drift? If you can make Gigantomachia submit to you, then everything I have will be yours to use.
Make the beast submit and the power's
If you want
yours.
what I offer, you'll have to seize it for yourself.
Oh, wow.
Fine. I have a good potential ally in mind. I'm gonna focus my energies there.
Hawks.
Do you object? No. I look forward to meeting them.
In that case, Dobby, I very much
don't think it's just
appreciate
Hawks.
your
I think
help
it's all
testing out a
the-
high-end
that whole
logo.
building of
I have
people.
just the one. It will pair elegantly with your
Oh,
aesthetic.
God.
Woo!
Ugh.
Did you even hear what I said? Send us back now so we can
Oh,
get started.
maybe that's
Feel I
like,
can take on the world.
is this as far back as before Endeavor's attack?
Contact me using this device
I
exclusively.
don't know.
Back to Gigantomachia, these little soldiers go.
No, this is
Oh.
this is 2 months ago.
No, I thought it was 2 days.
Oh,
Master.
Oh.
that's the thing that opens the goo. The little one he had on his lap.
Now, are you ready to submit to your future king?
Why?
But that's the guy who gave Dobby, whatever the one that almost killed Endeavor. Oh,
Mud.
twin,
Yeah.
twice.
When he's in the air.
Whoa!
Fujiko promised that he'd give us his full support, but only under one massive condition, that we rein in Gigantomachia. And in a month and a half since then, Shigaraki has come no closer to proving the strength of the giant and winning it
What the
over.
hell is Shigaraki ever supposed to do? I don't get it. He
The
can't
big guy
fight.
wages a full-out assault for 48 hours and 44 minutes straight, only taking breaks to sleep. That brief respite lasts for about 3 hours, then he starts the whole cycle over again.
God. Wow.
His
thing.
body gets bigger during combat. And somehow, he's always able to find Shigaraki no matter where he hides. So for a month and a half now, Shigaraki's barely slept a wink.
Okay, so it's 2 weeks or
But
2
even
months.
as he's pushed to the brink of death, Shigaraki's still smiling. As far as the rest of us go, he doesn't seem to notice when we withdraw from the action.
Oh my
Meanwhile,
gosh.
the doctor is giving us bare bones financial support. Toga decided to spend what little money she got on a new duffel coat.
Saw that.
You only joined the league because you were obsessed with Stain. His influence has all but disappeared at this point, though. So why are you still here?
I love Mr. Stingy, and I love Izuku, and I love Ochaka too.
Oh,
It's
God.
so amazing that I can see all these wonderful people.
What the hell?
You're a real free spirit.
So she just stays because she gets access to cool people.
Yeah.
Monster's asleep.
Damn, his mask is fucked.
He'd stop to eat more. That look in his eyes. It's like a kid chasing after a dream. It's Giran. Wonder where he's been. I've been calling Giran and gotten nothing but radio silence. Who are you? Where's Giran?
Never mind that. Turn on the news if you can.
Following yesterday's events, another finger has been found.
Finger.
Earlier, a severed finger was found
Sukuna?
in the wall at the Shinya Saikai boss. Then at Osu City Terminal, on the Metropolitan Expressway, and at Ground Zero in Camino Ward, all within the last 3 days. And now, a pinky finger turns up in central Fukuoka at the site of Endeavor.
All places where we've been active lately. That's no accident.
Who the hell are you, huh?
Oh, it's this
I'm the
guy.
Grand Commander of the Meta Liberation Army. The name's Redestro.
Destro.
Now the Liberation Army.
Our objective is to liberate all metahumans, to demolish the existing framework and rebuild a world where people can be themselves, where they can use their abilities to their fullest capacity. Interesting. I don't see any reason why we should oppose that.
I'll hear about your little revolution club once our task here's complete.
While you're taking a breather, why not just hear me out? I'm not going to release my hostage now, because you're not calling the shots. And your friend has told me what a tight-knit group you are.
Oh shit.
Still, I commend him. He had the foresight to delete his client list before we struck.
Ooh.
Not only that, but he didn't so much as wince when we started taking his fingers.
I was starting to think that it was his
The
fingers.
client list, we were able to recover it.
How's the weather there keeping those mountains?
Too late, I'm afraid.
Didn't even break.
We're watching you right now, thanks to our satellite.
Go where you will, but we'll always find you. We're always watching the League of Villains. Endeavor, Hawks,
Oh.
Shot, Mirko, and Crust. One quick call
Crust?
and they'll drop everything and have you surrounded.
I do appreciate the advanced warning.
The fingers prove our resolve. Let's not draw this little talk out in pointless bargaining. The war's begun to liberate metahumans from all tyranny.
What in
Next
the
year,
world,
we will
man?
take a city in Aichi within the hour.
I didn't think we were gonna have a whole other section of people to have to deal with, man.
Tracking our every move from space? If that's all true, it feels like checkmate.
Yeah.
But even if there's a slim chance Garen alive, we have to help
You
him.
want us to barrel in there without a plan? Calm yourself. You've gotten way too attached to people lately. It's become a bad habit.
It's because I'm an outcast.
Oh, he's gonna freak out.
I've got an idea. Doctor, did you catch all that?
Yes, I've been tuned into villain radio, and I'm shocked that the Metal Liberation Army's back.
Okay, we'll need a transport. Let's go.
I keep forgetting that we're like back in time.
Yeah.
'Cause I was gonna say, I'm so confused. Aren't they with the other group of bad guys now? He hasn't even done the thing screaming in the sky yet.
That's what I think he has to do. Isn't that what the guy said? You have to destroy a city,
Yeah.
He'll sniff me out and hunt me down.
or else all the heroes will be on them.
We're going to send Gigantomachia right into the fray.
Yeah.
All those fighters battling those revolutionaries will wear that meathead down.
We're really doing this?
That's what I said.
Oh, covered. Now all we cover.
And they won't even know what hit him.
It's gonna be a part 2.
Damn! This
So
is awesome.
frustrating.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I felt like I wasn't even reacting to that episode because the whole episode I was like,
I was just glued, man.
what's happening?
Oh. Sorry. Sorry. Don't look at it! Don't look at it! Why don't we have a Funko of Shigaraki?
Oh, that's a good
I
question.
need that pronto.
Come on, Adam.
Mm-hmm.
These are from your
collection.
pre-reaction days.
Yeah.
You've had it prepped.
Mm-hmm.
You should have known.
Should have known, man. Simply.
I completely forgot about the doctor guy who was
From
part of the
last
story.
episode?
No, the Dr. Eggman. No, just like he's the guy because he's been around since like the start of the show. Like essentially, before All For One like made any moves, that was the guy who was taking care of him. Like the unknown
Oh.
figure that was always around.
Yeah.
Well, because I would always get confused, and I remember thinking this when they were like when they showed the lab, and I'm like, this is the guy. Back when we first would see the bar scenes with Shigaraki, I was always confused because there'd be two voices calling into him.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh,
it was
really?
All For
Yeah.
One and then the
The
other
doctor.
This guy.
And this is just literally the dude who's been like technically in power running things for most of the time. Because
Yeah.
All For One's been gathering, strength before he made his move against All Might, of which he lost. But so we have that guy. What do you guys think of Mr. Eggman, the man in the shadows, who's like pretty much been leading Shigaraki's team?
I mean, interesting. I'm just curious about like the Super Nomu.
Same.
What does that mean for, or like how strong are they? So like this is. I'm guessing this is after. I don't know. I mean, I'm guessing this is after the Endeavor thing, because this is. I don't know. I don't know in the beginning, like when, like that October 2nd date that they gave. Like I don't know when that's supposed to be, or like when, like in our timeline. Like is this before Endeavor? Is this before Hawks? I mean, Endeavor was announced as number 1.
If I was to guess, I think this is right as Dabi has gotten in contact with Hawks, but the attack on Endeavor hasn't happened yet.
Okay.
The reason I was
Okay.
confused about the little lapdog thing that he had, I thought he was talking about that because he was saying to Dabi, "I have a Nomu perfect for you."
Okay.
While you go on your little escapades.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the dog. He's probably just talking about
The one that we
what
saw
is that
fight.
one's name?
I don't know if we ever got a name for
Yeah.
it.
We
I
got a
can't
name
remember.
for it. I can't remember what it is. Regardless, we know the one that I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I think if we have to put a timestamp, it's like right at the end of season 4, going into season 5.
Well, and then to jump 2 months. So
Yeah.
then, we're
2
waiting.
months of training.
Yeah, and constant fighting.
We learned what the hands mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's his
God.
family members that he killed.
Killed.
Yeah. But, okay, so when they were talking about it, they were saying you have, like a mutation quirk. Like a rare mutation.
No, he's just saying that's what his quirk is. His quirk is a rare... Because all the quirks are technically mutations. I'm like 90% sure he was just saying... He was just wording it in the weird...
Like your quirk is special or something.
Yeah, that his quirk was special.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I wasn't sure if it was like... Because Ari also had like a rare thing going on with her. Like she had a power, but there was like more to read into it that like kind of separated her a bit from everybody else. So I wasn't sure if they were talking about something like that. Like a... like an off branch. Like something that hasn't like been... discovered by science yet fully in this society.
Well, I think it's just the fact that his quirk does something that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Just like hers and just like Overhaul's.
Yeah,
like
Overhaul.
all three of them have quirks that we've never encountered or experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts that he doesn't remember it, but I mean, makes sense. It's pretty traumatizing to do at like a very young age.
Yeah.
And not know how it happened, but still feel his body still remembers when he wears the hands.
He got a lot of them killed.
I mean, yeah, there's easily like 10 sets of... like 10 hands. I think there's probably like 5 sets of hands or something like
one
that.
of them looked like All Might's... I know it's his grandmother, but the one looked like All Might's teacher, Nana Shimura. It looked like her.
Oh, yeah. They flashed all like the...
family
what
members.
they look like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get a good look. I was trying to like listen to what he was saying, but yeah, it's how do you think he got the hands though? Like that the hands didn't disintegrate, or it was just like you think it's just like a silicon representation?
Well, with that, what if All For One is like brainwashing him? What if All For One killed his parents and is just lying to him?
Okay, that's the thing too that I wasn't sure about because the
what
memory,
if he did
the
that?
memory thing,
Right?
Like you could easily like if you have a mind wiping quirk, you can easily wipe it for a kid that you're trying to like indoctrinate and just come up with a pseudo story. I was trying to figure out like what might be what I'm watching, and I just feel like it's a little bizarre that 5 people died individually with, like I feel like after the second person touches the kid, you would know to stay away. Exactly, you would know to like not try to get in contact, like find a route around it. So I wasn't really like completely buying what I was watching, which is why I was confused.
Before we saw him sitting underneath the bridge, it did flash of somebody like they're grabbing his face saying, "No, Tenko, stop." It could have been his dad.
Well, even still, like, what if it's just like...
Well, I'm wondering if
a scenario...
What if you touch him? Do you just decay?
No, it's like his hands. It's the same. I think it's the same thing as Overhaul, where the hands.
Because I think all of our people like punched him and everything.
Everybody's like punched him and hit him, but it's like he has to.
And it seems like he can activate it because he held Midoriya's throat, but he said all I have to do is put this one last finger on your throat, and you
contact
cripple
with the hands, maybe.
Yeah.
I remember.
I don't know. Maybe like when you're young, you don't know how to use your quirk, so like maybe it could be out of control or something. I don't know. I'm just theorizing.
I mean, it's the same thing. Ari doesn't know how to use her quirk,
right?
So
and she went ballistic with it.
Yeah. I mean, he also was wearing gloves after
True.
After All For One grabbed him, so like it is like skin contact needs to be made.
But also the first time we ever saw that scene when All For One was fighting All Might. They flashed that same scene of him going up to Shigaraki, and Shigaraki had blood all over him.
I mean, it could just be like an artistic change, or it could be like a style change of just rewriting or redrawing the episode different, or the moment differently, or it could just be it's different than how Shigaraki remembers it versus. I mean, it wouldn't make sense if he had blood all over him because he turns everything to dust. Why would there be blood involved?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's nuts that he doesn't even really want to do what it seems like All For One wants to like dismantle the world and just rule it how he wants, whereas like Shigaraki is just like, let me just burn this fucking thing to the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of wish there was a bit more motive, or like, I don't know. I just wasn't super into like his drive, I guess. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it when he was saying it. I was more into the doctor's like part of the conversation, just kind of like laughing at Shigaraki when he was saying it. Like,
Well, yeah, I mean, he's being a stupid. I mean,
he's a child.
What did they say?
He's a child chasing a dream.
Yeah. Well, he said he's 20, right?
Yeah,
That's what he said.
He's 20.
Yeah. He's 20 years old. I mean, he's just a freaking
youngling,
loony kid that hasn't had a normal upbringing, so he's going to have a little more fantastical view of things. I mean, it's no different than Deku having this like
dream to be the number one.
Yeah, I mean it's
gonna take a while to get there.
Well, like what's Deku's purpose in wanting to be the number one hero and save people? There really isn't much behind it, so I don't know. I kind of just like let it be for both of them.
And I was confused why, like, so he's revealed his goal to the whole squad, and majority of the squad is only here for Stain, and Stain's goal is to get rid of heroes. And he's talking about getting rid of the whole world. Like,
well, he
I don't understand why they're still sticking around.
Well, he said that he's going to be making compromises for his friends too. That's why
for his comrades, yeah.
Toga said she was like yippee,
mm-hmm.
because she was like, I only came here for Stain, and he's like, well, I've been considering making compromises. With his plan, so
and their faces clear that was the first time they had all heard that.
Yeah,
they were all like, "What the fuck? Like, wait, what?" So I don't know.
So he'll do his plan and adjust it to try to also benefit the team, or he's just lying.
And he'll kill them along the way.
He'll kill them along the way.
Yeah.
I kind of want them to. I feel like the villains need to prove themselves a bit in this show. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, I know they've kind of had successes, but also because they've been such a backseat in this story, I think I want to see them do a lot more. Which, I mean, if as far as this is going, we're going to be getting a part 2 right now, maybe even a part 3, to round out the story, which would be cool. I don't know. I feel like just right now the good guys are just far more enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
And in most show experiences, I think I tend to enjoy the bad guys in shows a lot more, but not for this show.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying. A lot of the incidents that they've caused has been like a success at the beginning, but then it falls apart towards the end.
Or maybe flesh out the characters a bit more. I don't know. I feel
mean,
like
we know nothing about 90% of them other than like a quick
their
twice
names and
twice
quirk.
Splits himself into 2 for whatever reason. Now he's crazy. Like that's it. That's it. We don't
and why they're here too.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's been like less than 10 minutes in the 108 episodes of just like a quick rundown. I mean, we're finally getting a little bit of Shigaraki background after 108 episodes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess I just I look at them and I'm like kind of
underwhelmed.
Not underwhelmed, but like why? How are they a unit? You know, like they don't seem like anything really matches up.
They aren't.
With like I'm trying to think of a good example. Like I feel like they should have had this talk by now, like of an understanding of what they all hope to get. And if I don't know, I'm just surprised that this is like their first time hearing Shigaraki's full, honest thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do they? I feel like we've already like said it many times prior to this about the whole Stain thing. Like Shigaraki doesn't seem to be honoring Stain's like goals a whole lot. So what evidence have they had as like a villain group to think that Shigaraki's even trying to uphold Stain's values?
I mean, they're fanatical, so I don't really know. I mean, it's tough. We haven't gotten much of them on screen, so like, you know what I mean? Like, we can't. I understand what you're saying with like this is the first time we're having this conversation, but you gotta remember this show so far has only been 1 year.
Yeah.
And the Stain event theoretically probably happened 4 months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not like we've been together for 4 years.
What year did that show? Those episodes come out? Was that like 2018?
I think
Season 2.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Gosh, dang.
Yeah, so like, for us, it's like, well, how would you guys not know this? But in theory, they've only been together for...
Isn't that really kind of weird if that was 4 years ago that the Stain event happened? Like, for us, in terms of viewing?
Mm.
That's so weird. I'm not, like, crazy about that format, but, I mean, that's what we have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, like, blown away by the episode. I think there were some cool things, though. I liked Gigantomatsu.
No.
Gigantomachia.
Gigantomachia. I liked his, like, almost dog or puppy-like behavior at the sound of his master. All for one.
Yeah. Well, now we know that it's not Shigaraki that does the
crumbling,
the crumbling and the craziness. It's just Gigantomachia being led there.
Yeah.
But
then he's not there. We don't. It could
be
revealed later on.
We only saw smoke.
Yeah,
it wasn't like we really saw much of it, and the whole fucking city's destroyed. Like, okay, so here's my thing: is that I was getting lost in the rambling of the doctor.
Yeah,
he said that Gigantomachia was left as a gift to Shigaraki,
or for whoever takes over the mantle of him.
Yeah. But like,
is it his quirk?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
His power?
Was it because he said that he left a great power for you? So I'm like, when we saw at the end of last episode this like transfer of power, does that mean that they're going to like take his quirk and put it in Shigaraki, or is the power just the asset of having him as a bodyguard now, just like All for One?
I think it might be his quirk.
See, I thought I took it as an asset. Like that.
Well, I just wasn't sure because wording it as like, "Oh, we have a new power for you" is like that's weird than saying, "Oh, we have a new ally for you."
Well, when he said that, I took it because like the guy doesn't seem like he might be sentient, but like it seems more like like I would have if I had to guess between him and Kurogiri which one's a Nomu, I would have guessed that Gigantomachia was the Nomu.
Yeah, same.
Just because of like the almost brain deadedness on command.
Yeah.
It could be now. I mean, with the possibility of Kurogiri being one. I mean, at this point, any freaking creature that was here prior to Shigaraki could be a bloody Nomu experiment.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, but if I had to lean, I would say asset. And maybe not power. If it's power, that's great because I think Shigaraki needs like a physicality thing.
Yeah, you were saying he can't fight.
What is he doing? Like for 2 months? What the hell is he doing? What can he do? I mean, his only thing is touch and kill. It just seems a little stupid to me. I don't know. Like for 2 months, what the hell are you trying to do? Lure him out of the woods?
Well, they were trying to tire him down and like beat him because they didn't want
supposed to make him submit.
I mean, Dabi
maybe just dodging, like just.
Well, they probably were
make
just
him
like,
follow you.
Because
he said everywhere Shigaraki goes, Gigantomachia knows where he is.
Okay.
But they're also just trying to wear him down and get him to like submit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean. So
maybe like Dormammu, like just wear him out to the point that he just like is so I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Just I'll bend the knee.
Yeah.
Whatever.
With your theory of him being a Nomu, he's been around since like Kirishima was in like middle school. Because he was there with
the city.
Yeah.
That was him, and he was small. He was under a city, a single, like a 2-story building.
Yeah, he was not that big. Well, they said each time they fight him, he gets bigger, they said.
My theory isn't that he is a Nomu. I'm saying it could be a likely possibility. I don't personally think he's a Nomu, but if the story leaned that way, I wouldn't be surprised because it would make sense.
But, I mean, he could be like... They said in the beginning that he's like exceptional because his body can handle multiple
anything,
quirks. So...
Yeah. So
I'm saying like All for One could be making like because there's the Nomu was made by a doctor, but then All for One I mean is essentially like he really makes Nomu just normal where he does the let me touch 2 people and swap powers or give you their power. So
and also the command thing kind of also works, kind of like how the original Nomu, the nullifying one, like when it got put in jail, it didn't make any sound. Or like any noise because
they shut it off.
There's no command or anything given to it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the voice trigger. Maybe like you need to hear the master's voice for him to like
perk up,
calm down.
Yeah.
Probably like Kurogiri too, where he wouldn't spill the beans in the prison.
Yeah.
Or, anything pretty much. And that's just weird too, because like Kurogiri doesn't seem like he's been working off like a coding, unless his one coding is. Continue to be like a somewhat sentient thing, but just follow Shigaraki and care for him.
Do whatever he wants.
Because like when he talks in conversation, that's why it's just still weird. Because it's like he still seems very much like his own independent person.
Yeah.
Until that jail. Literally, last episode was the first time I ever thought of him as like anything other than sentient.
Yeah.
At that point, because he seemed like always the smartest of the group, so it's just so wild.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what will happen mentally to Shigaraki now with the new trials, the Nomu trials on him. I don't want a brain dead bad guy or like a bad guy that's just a control tool.
Frankenstein.
He's not gonna be. He's not gonna be that.
Like you and I don't know if this was on camera. You and I were just saying like it would be weird if Shigaraki, like I think it was off camera. You were saying there's no chance All For One it wants to give his power to Shigaraki. Like he wants that for himself.
Yeah, I said that All For One has too much of a god complex to where...
You've said this before on camera, I think.
Yeah, but like like last episode specifically, like I don't see, because it was when we were watching him getting the powers. Like I just don't see him giving everything to Shigaraki.
Mm-hmm.
Like letting Shigaraki do... But I mean, we also, in fairness, we really don't know at what capacity is All For One at this point after fighting All Might a second time. You know what I mean? Like they didn't explain if he was like injured or anything really bad. And I mean, he theoretically probably could break out of that prison whenever he wants to.
I now have like a timestamp of when I think it will happen. Because when you were just talking, I remembered during the fight, he says he has a lot of new quirks he's trying to understand and learn.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think perfect time. Just sit there.
Exactly. You sit there and just think through the processes. Like if remember how we were kind of like saying like, I think it was the episode where that he was talking to the cameraman.
Yes.
And we were like, how would he know
that they're talking
unless he had something that was undetectable, that was able to like
undetectable by the quirk detecting devices.
Yeah,
literally.
Yeah,
like he like pre-prepped for a loss against All Might, and was just knowing he's gonna need to be in the perfect facility. No one's gonna harm him, and he'll be able to test out his like. I guess just like, or maybe
some Dark Knight
maybe
shit.
It is a like it's funny because you're saying they have quirk detectors. Maybe he got a thing that's like anti quirk detector. Like literally, he has a shield so that they think that he's not working his muscles, but they don't know that he's really always activated to counter UAV. Literally, damn, that could be perfect.
Yeah,
and they just think that he's not doing anything, but he's just muscling through all the new things he's got going on without physically displaying it.
Yeah.
So. I mean, I think that could work. Like,
it wouldn't surprise me because the doctor literally just said he planned for everything. He planned for losing and having to leave everything to you or leave all these pieces for you, Shigaraki. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. But,
so what do you guys think of this like corporation, this bad guy corporation?
Oh, the
meta restoration
led by Destro.
Redestro.
Redestro.
That's a badass name.
So Destro, I think, is the guy who wrote the book.
Yeah.
Redestro is the new leader.
Yeah.
In the image of him, I guess.
Was that picture of Destro?
I think so.
On the wall.
Yeah, the one on the wall. I mean,
because now we're having a competitive force that is going to temporarily rule over Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Damn, like
have we even seen those guys in modern time?
Well, I mean, the doctor said, "I'm surprised the Liberation Army is doing stuff again," and then he said, "You're shaking up things that have been hidden in the underworld."
I honestly think he just looks like a doofus.
He does.
I just want him to be knocked out and out of this show.
Well, it's just
like the second he showed up on screen, I was like, I don't care for this guy. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's a little stupid to me just because it's like. Like, okay, rationally speaking, like, the League of Villains being forming, and then also Shie Hasaikai, or whatever, the Yakuza, whatever their name was, like, them existing at the same time, and, like, us never really seeing them until season 4, right? Mm-hmm. Like, that makes sense to me, but, like, now randomly out of fucking nowhere, there's 100,000 or 100 million.
100 million.
However many people there are, like, strong. Like, we just have this whole army that's, like, the size, like, bigger than the size of Japan itself, that's just, like, ready to go. Like, there's
that's what I don't get. So are those acolytes of All For One?
No, this is meta. Yeah, see, that's why I was confused. Because when they were first introduced this, and we knew Dabi was working with them, and Hawks was infiltrating them, I was like,
the meta-human army. That's who I thought they were for All For One, like the hidden group. So you don't think that's not it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because they just seem like they're their own group, honestly.
Well, exactly.
And it's like, if it's their own group, but I hate that.
Yeah, they're somehow stronger than All For One.
No. Well, no one. That's just cap. At this point, that's not true.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, I hope that Shigaraki just puts them in his place and he just takes them under his wing. And now he has 100,000, 100 million army.
I mean, this is great if we're bringing on just more people to be casualties. At this point, like, kill off Class B and kill off these guys. Like, just have the battle that I want. Just keep on bringing on more people that I don't care about. Like, I don't know. Just personally, like, all my issues with the show is not spending enough time with the characters I like.
Yeah.
Both good and bad. Meanwhile, they're just introducing 10 more people.
That I don't give a shit about.
That I'm not going to give a shit about until you can make me care about the people that are already on screen.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Twice is cool. He had, like, one episode where we, like, followed his, like, kind of psychological disorder. What?
I'm just laughing. Just keep going. My bad. I'm sorry.
We had Twice where we followed his psychological disorder and it was, like, kind of cool. Toga, like, has just, like, this romantic, like...
horror love.
Infatuation of evil.
Yeah.
Twice is
Deku
just...
and Ochaka and
Twice
herself or whatever.
Twice is just a magician, and I'm just if I was to choose anyone... Compress. If I was to say anyone is, like, somewhat interesting, it's going to be Compress and the Lizard Man, because they seem like villains that have, like, maybe a good side of them, like they're doing bad deeds because of some wrong they had in their life.
Yeah.
AKA probably the closest to Stain followers. Dabi has potential only because he's involved with his family.
Only because he's a Todoroki.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And Shigaraki, almost for 5 seasons, as much as I love him, has had near to no, like, driving motivation, really.
Well, that's why we have these next 5 episodes or whatever.
You better hope
this
there's
is
a
it.
killer.
This is
Personally,
it.
I didn't think the first part was a good start, but I'm ready to hop into the rest of them.
This is it.
Wait, so, like, what you've been saying about, like, I'm starting to think, like, what has the League of Villains really been doing all this time?
Dude, who
like,
fucking knows?
Like, what were they doing the entire time of season 4? Just planning to overthrow Overhaul? Like,
yeah.
That's it? Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Do you think any of this happened in that time, or
I mean,
no?
that was pretty successful, though, because they took out a huge enemy. The issue is Overhaul was extremely overpowered, and the end result was basically putting him down and getting him out of the equation, because he was going to pose an issue for them later down the line. So that's what they spent their time doing. Not all of them, but they couldn't realistically get away with it having a full team there.
Yeah, remember? Because he pulled up on them and was like, just bitched them. Was like, yo, I killed your man. And that was it.
Yeah.
Just like left. Like, they had to get him back before they could do anything else.
I mean, like,
He's not dead, is he, right?
They have done
They just took his
stuff.
arms.
Yeah, his arms.
I'm saying they have done stuff, but, like, realistically, they haven't been an opposing force to, like, even 1A. Like, 1A could take them all if they ever got stuck in a one-on-one fight altogether.
At this point, yeah.
So, like, they need to boost their rankings. Honestly, they need to be more evil, in my mind.
Yes.
They're not evil enough for me.
Yeah.
Like, I love bad guys, but I love, like, the bad guys that I still, like, feel something for. These guys are, like, they're, like, amateurs still, to me.
Kids.
They're not Overhaul yet.
Yeah.
They need to get that level where it's, like, like Will says, they come into the room, and you respect them because of them being so, like, dominant of a personality.
Yeah, like, you're just scared. And I feel like Shigaraki has that potential, though, because, like, he just reminds me, I mean, he's, like, to me, he feels very, like, he wants to be, like a Dark Knight Joker, or, like Arkham Asylum, if anybody's ever played those video games, like Joker. Like, he feels like that's the type of villain they want him to be.
Yeah.
And I feel like he has that potential. It's just we're not there yet.
He's a kid playing in a sandbox.
Because you guys know my brother just started the show, and one of his first thoughts on Shigaraki was like, I hate that this guy's like supposed to be like a rip-off Heath Ledger Joker.
Really?
He was like, I don't know why they did his voice like that. And I was like, just give him time.
I was saying about All Might, or All for One.
All for One?
Is like a Joker.
All for One's like... He's designed like Vader, but his personality is a little bit like the Emperor.
I was gonna say.
That's what I was gonna say. What I wanted to bring up. He's more Palpatine for what he's doing to Shigaraki. Ooh. Oh shit!
Dude,
but we still have the audio.
What is the League of Villains been doing all this time? Fuck if I know. Like, what?
God damn it!
What have they been doing? That's my favorite question on the shows I run up. What has the League of Villains been doing all this time?
You got the drugs to steal quirks and give them back. Cool.
Yeah, dude.
You try to buff up yourselves? Like, come on.
What did we even do with all that?
Exactly.
Overhaul's still my favorite villain this show.
He's pretty tough.
This show has made so far.
But
IMO.
You're talking about Emperor and Vader.
Yes.
I was saying he looks like Vader, acts like Palpatine.
Yes.
I was getting a lot of vibes of Vader from All for One, especially when he was like with the hands. I just started thinking of Palpatine telling Vader to go stay on Mustafar.
Yeah.
Stay on Mustafar. Stupid little shit.
Where your life got ruined.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I don't know if I should bring up what I was getting at with you.
Yeah, like what are they doing with the drugs?
Yeah, like
what are they doing with?
Is that Trigger or? Because I feel like that shit's all for the movie that's coming out. They're going to Europe or something for the movie, and the Trigger's going there or something.
Europe.
That's DLC. We have to pay to go to the movie theater to understand that plot.
Yeah.
But they essentially spent all season 4 to establish what it is.
Imagine go to the movie and it's just the blue hair girl Ochaka and Froppy. That's just like the only characters in that movie.
Oh my gosh.
Serious?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man. I don't know, but I'm ready for My Villain Academia. I'm hoping we get like
I like that.
I'm hoping we get like a couple episodes of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like not
Same,
like just be like honestly, even if they just ended the season with that, like just focusing on that, I'm cool with it. You know? How many episodes we got left?
He said 19, so if we go to
24 normally.
24, so 5 more.
Fuck. W.
I'm hoping we get. I want at least 2 more.
I
think
of this
of the Villain Academia.
Okay.
Like I would like to spend a couple episodes with the bad guys because they could really use it at this point. I mean, we're 5 seasons in, so that's okay. Now that you've made it this far, it's the people who won't hate us for crapping on it real quick. This is why you shouldn't have spent time on Class 1B during the first half, because when you introduce these cooler plots at the end, then I'm like, I wish this wasn't cramped because I want to spend time with the Todoroki family. Y'all should have done the bad guy part in the first half of this season. Like, I don't like when we spend time on, like, random stuff, unless it's going to be essential to the story later on.
Right, what was the point?
And then you do the essential stuff crammed together at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the Todoroki stuff has been very interesting to me,
Yes.
and I was very into that episode, as I said.
Mm-hmm.
Or even freaking... Okay, even worse, honestly, because they did that episode. Right after that, they did arguably what you guys said was your favorite episode, which was Eraserhead stuff.
Yeah.
And then they did this, which I personally wasn't, like, amazed by it, but it was better than what we got with the 1B stuff.
It's all over the place.
You know,
they're cramming the good premium content instead of fleshing it out as this season.
Yeah.
Have you ever you know the idea of like a meeting that could have been handled in an email? Like,
well, I mean, that's like
you could like
you really called me about that. You could have sent me a text.
Yeah, but like a meeting is more like grand, where like it takes up like 2 hours of your life. Whereas, like, you literally could just send an email, could have read it in 30 seconds, and we're done. Like, that's, like, what I feel like the first half of the season was. Like, this could have been, like, a quick cutscene.
I've gotten...
Like, that's it.
Yeah.
Just a quick cutscene. We would have gotten... Then maybe just, like... Dude, honestly, I feel like it would have made so much more sense if they just, like... We're doing this epic battle class. And it was just, like... In 30 seconds, it was just like cut to like flashes of all the battles, and then it was like, and now it's Deku's turn, and then we see the Black Whip and stuff and all that, and then it's like, oh, cool, nice.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
Like they did that for season 2 during the battles. They were like, all right, it was a tie between Red Riot and the other guy,
Yeah.
so we're gonna do a quick
arm wrestle.
Arm wrestle, boom,
Done.
done. Move on.
Next match.
Like that's all I needed.
Yeah.
And what they could do to fix that is actually try to do something with Class 1B, like going into the next season. That's like the only way at this point that they can redeem it is like make it mean something.
Yeah, like if we never touch on these characters again, we'll
Then
be like, why do we
that
do
is
that?
just
12 episodes.
Like they really teased us at the beginning, just from like the thumbnail alone. Like the zombie boy dude was like, it was like he was gonna move up and he's gonna be like a main character now.
Yeah.
And
the
we
guy
didn't
with the like
fucking
teeth
get
or
it.
whatever.
Wait, do we even like see
The zombie boy. You answer one of his questions and you're under his mind control.
Shinzo?
Shinzo, sorry.
Yeah, mind control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have they even said if he's moving up to a class? Or
No.
I think they said he was moving up to it, but
But
we
they
didn't
didn't
decide
decide
which group he
what.
was
Yeah.
going with.
So what was the point?
Did they kick out somebody?
I know that. Remember all the times we kept predicting, like, is it gonna be Grapehead or whatever his name is?
They're gonna
Mineta
reduce
gonna be
one
kicked
of the
out?
main characters.
Oh my god.
What was the point?
I'm over it. Let's just go.
Fucking
over it.
A.
Let's move on.
Guys, if you like this episode of My Hero Academia, make sure you leave a like on it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. What are your thoughts on the season as a whole and this episode in particular? What are your thoughts when it comes to some of the stuff we were talking about in the post-talk? Do you agree with us? Do you think they could have done the season a bit better? Do you think there's stuff to look forward to that will make us forgive this season as a whole? But for the time being, we are going to punch it. See
Plus
ya!
Ultra.
Plus Ultra! Bah!